Hi,
There he
guys.
is.
Good to
Saw
see
the
you,
light
brother
on,
Marty
thought I'd
Smith.
drop it.
Good
to see you. Yes,
to see you
sir.
too.
Thanks for making time.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate
you
you,
holding
brother. Couldn't possibly be more blessed. You?
Liar. Come on. You feel good?
I feel amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So the High and Alive tour. Let's start right there.
Okay.
For you, in the process of preparation for going on a tour, what's the most challenging piece of that?
Waiting to go on tour. I'm like, I'm ready to go. It's because sometimes we rehearse a month before the tour, and then I'm at home just going, let's go, let's go, That's the hardest part, for sure.
One of the greatest speeches I've heard, because I'm kind of an award show junkie, the speech that you gave at your wife's Lifetime Achievement Award, the AFI, and your honesty about your relationship and how you said she saved your life. That's one of the greatest speeches on marriage that I can remember seeing.
Thank you.
You've been so open about your journey and your struggle and your relationship. When other artists talk about Keith Urban saved my life, and when you tell these stories, why is it important for you to share those struggles with the world?
To normalize a lot of what everybody goes through and to not have people feel isolated with some unique problem that more than likely someone else is going through it, has gone through it, and can, give some experience, strength, and hope.
I went to school a couple hours down the road, and I always tell the story about I was dating my wife, she's living here, and I would fly into the airport in the 90s, and everyone I saw in the airport was dressed like Keith Urban, right? It was the jeans and it was the look of the 90s, and now this town has changed so much. How do you describe this city that you've been such a part of and the scene that makes this city what it is?
I don't know how to answer that.
It's an evolution, though.
Yeah,
right?
but the genre is an evolution, and it's always embraced different elements at different times to expand and contract. And it's one of the beautiful things about country is it doesn't shy away from embracing new things to keep it evolving and moving forward. And it's got just the right balance of people, the gatekeepers who will kind of go, we've gone too far, we've kind of lost the genre, we've lost the soul, retreat back to the center, and then it corrects itself, and then it starts to expand back out again. And I think because it's always done that, there's always been people that push, and there's always been people that hold it back in just the right amounts to keep it balanced, and it's thriving because of it.
You have a tremendous way of being a champion for other artists, even contemporaries now. I remember many years ago, I was out with Eric Church, one of my buddies, and I was out with him, and he said, hey, we're going to stay an extra night. We're going to drive to Milwaukee. And you were playing a show at the arena in Milwaukee. And you brought him out there and you played Springsteen as an encore song. And I thought that was so incredible to see the way that that was a transcendent album, but it wasn't in the moment that you did that for him. What is it within you that kind of triggers you to be that sort of platform for people?
So they're like my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, but not everybody does that,
It's
Keith.
my tribe. I think it depends how you're wired. I'm wired to be collaborative. That's my spirit, is collaborative. Everything works better if the tribe functions together. It's stronger. Everybody learns things, everybody grows. And if you want to get out and be a little island of one, that's fine. But, there really is no such thing as a self-made man. There really isn't.
We had Brooks and Dunn sitting right there, and we were talking about, again, evolution, and then taking on this role of you're playing live, but you're also looking out for what the next generation is in country music. It feels like that's very important for you.
I like being inspired, and sometimes it's music I've heard before, but I will say overwhelmingly I'm far more inspired by new music because it's a fresh take on something. It's a fresh take on something where someone's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just throwing this together and this together, and I go, oh my God, it sounds amazing, So that stuff just fires me up, yeah.
I know you're working with Blake Shelton and Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know
marveling.
if we're working, but, we're
right.
hanging
Having
out
a good
lot.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
I marvel at Sheridan, whether it's, of course, Yellowstone and Landman, and he just has this incredible mind, this creative spirit. What have you learned working with him?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been around Taylor a lot. I've had, interactions. We've talked on the phone a little bit, more so when Nick was doing stuff with Lioness. But he's just an amazingly gifted guy with such a unique talent for storytelling and knowing how to tell it, including the music. He's really extraordinary with music, so it was a no-brainer for me when Blake said he was going to be involved in this show, and it's perfect.
What are we going to see?
Something really unique. It's what happens to those artists when they leave those other shows? What happens? Mostly they go into the clubs and they start to figure it out, playing to people that don't know who they are, they don't care who they are, and they're like, if they've never played live, which happens a lot, they're figuring out how to do this thing. That is interesting, capturing that on film.
For sure.
Yeah. And storytelling is, like, we're at heart, we're writers, we're sports writers. And storytelling is, writing to me is everything. Whether it's a Taylor Sheridan or whether it's you collaborating with different, even the people that Nicole works with, the collaboration of that, the search for inspiration feels like that's what you're always talking about.
Always, yeah. I'm perpetually curious. And it's the antidote to every bad thing.
Yeah.
You can't be arrogant and curious. You can't be jaded and curious. You can't be complacent and curious. You can't be any of those things and curious. It neutralizes everything and keeps everything moving. For me, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you look back at when you got here and the journey, what did your dreams look like back then, and how does reality intersect those dreams?
It's a great question. I think my dreams were pretty simple in the sense that I wanted to move to Nashville from Australia, but I didn't have any plan. I didn't know when I was going to do it. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know anybody. So I just schlepped around the clubs in Australia for almost a decade, quit school at 15, and then miraculously met the right person who got me over to here and slowly get my foot in the door. All I wanted to do was record songs that I could get on radio and hopefully people loved and would want to come and see me when I came to their town. That was it. Like, that's it. And it's actually never changed. It's still the same thing. I still love to do the same thing. I love to write, record, and perform.
It's the enthusiasm that you still feel now, and I feel like a lot of artists are really in the business, they lose that after a while. And you seem as excited now as the guy we were all introduced to decades ago.
Yeah, because when it as writers, when you get better at your craft, when you can access more of what's in here and you know how to get it out, how can it not become more exciting than it was at the beginning? At the beginning you had a desire to want to do something, now you know how to do it. Whew. It's amazing.